In this module, we look at time-boxed scheduling. Time-boxed scheduling is very much a child of the what used to be called the Internet time. Okay, and it became a pretty popular approach to software development in companies that were trying to crank out new software products as quickly as possible. Okay, in order to beat out competitors. So if I can get a particular product out even a month before my competitors, I have a market advantage over them. Now, the mentality associated with this was that in order to get that product out, I don't need to have all the functionality built into the system. Okay, if I can, in my first version 1.0 of the product, if I can have, let's say, 50-60% of the functionality out by a certain date that gives me a competitive advantage, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get everything we can get done by such and such a date, a particular deadline date. Let's see if we can achieve 40 or 50% of the functionality. Okay, we don't need to have everything. The customers don't use 100% functionality anyhow. So what we'll do is we'll use the most important functionality, get that developed quickly, get the product out. As soon as the product's out and we start making sales, start working on the version 1.1, add some more functionality, get that out quickly, then version 1.2, add more functionality, get that out quickly. And in a sense what we're doing here is we're developing the product as we go. Okay, so that makes heavy use of the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is a famous rule. It's used in marketing, it's used in quality, it's used in many different areas. What the 80-20 rule says is focus on the small number of things that have the biggest impact. So with time-boxed scheduling, you have a deadline date that's super crucial. You got to meet that date to get your product out before your competitors. Okay, but you need to have enough functionality, and it has to be a good enough product that it doesn't become an embarrassment and blow up in your face. So identify a small number of requirements and features that you'll embed in that first version that'll meet most people's overall requirements and satisfy them. Get that thing out as quickly as possible, and then step by step, iteration by iteration, it's an iterative technique, iteration by iteration, add more functionality, and who knows, at the end of the year, you may have 100% functionality. The alternative in a traditional development might be to spend a whole year before you have the functionality. Okay, and meanwhile you have no sales during that year. So the time-boxed scheduling approach, then, as I said, was very popular during when we began defining internet time, which meant that product life cycles are very short. We got to get things out quickly. Okay, and if we have a good enough product, let's get it out, and then in the next round, add more to it, make it a better product. Okay, that's what this module looks at. Okay, it looks at various ways to help developers figure out what should be included, what shouldn't be included. It also gives certain rules. Okay, and that is, for example, when you reach the deadline date, you stop at that point. Okay, whatever you've got developed at that point, you stop at that point. Get that product out there and start generating revenue. Okay, and then move on to your subsequent versions of the product in a step-by-step fashion. So I hope you enjoy this module. It's filled with a number of techniques that help you decide how to prioritize to decide what to include and what not to include in each of the versions that you're cranking out in your attempt to get your product out quickly.